What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? It is 5:30 p.m. in New York City, 4:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. here in San Jose, Costa Rica, 2:30 p.m. in Los Angeles, California. May 9th, you are watching Betting with the Bag, and we had a very interesting afternoon of sports and more to come this evening. I have been in my head all day. I can't really, it's been a rough month for me so far, a really rough month, and now I got, $3,600 on the line if the Sharks win the Cup, and $1,100 if they win the conference, and $25 if they win the Cup, so $3,600 altogether, and I'm trying to figure out if I should hedge it, how to hedge it, what's the best way to hedge it, and it's getting me depressed and in my head, and I don't, and it's times like this when I'm just stuck in my head that I'm so thankful that I have Gentle Rogue, Highland Rogue, and now the third of the trilogy, Rogue, starring Lucrative Larry, in a creek behind the office. Very thankful at times like this that I have this in my life. Not only this, but also all the cappers in the chat. Shout out to WOB in the house. We got Brandon Lugo, Brian Watson, Demetrius Miller, Ron Lofton, Underdog, Bob Brock, and DJ Big Boss. DJ Big Boss going to be on the show a little later. In a few minutes, we're going to have King Rail. We're going to start off with NBA today. We got Walla Walla Dose, Nathan Espitalier, Aaron Bistrin, Drew Daddy, Daryl Lyles, Christopher Hogan, Vinny Cornell, Jesse Nemeth, Stephen Dollery, Underdog, Yo-Yo Street, Lucky Lefty, David Mannion, Bogey 34, E-Fresh, Nutflush Allen, the big guy Bubba. Says, Jimmy, it's a bourbon night to watch two series close out. I'm very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable with the NBA card tonight. The association just doesn't give you things on a silver platter. And we're going to have King Rail joining us in a couple minutes to talk about that. My man, PRC Publicist in the house, representing the 6. Also says, how do you like my action last night, Jimmy? Sharks money line and under the total, Bucks money line -16 to -15. Team total overcashed, and he did it with the Raptors. Absolutely great job. Got Red Girl in the house. Dave Betts joining us. We got my guy Moses, Ricardo Gutierrez, Alex Ramirez, Todd Clinton. Predictions guy, CT Blaze. CT Blaze, not applicable. Daryl Lyle says, Raps -2.5. Now, yes, we're going to be joined in a minute from King Rail. Rafa, feel free to get him on the horn right now. We're going to be joined right now, King Rail. We're going to start with NBA. Break down these games that are tricky. I find them extremely tricky. I mean, the only reason why I'm saying that is because they appear to be so simple. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. And I have the one bet that I made on game 1 of this series with the unit official play here. I have Raptors to win game 1 in the series at -125. Now I'm going to put $150 on it. But I feel like this is the only thing I should hold on to. Nutflush Allen says, Caden says, stay calm and relax and watch the Warriors finish the Rockets. As you know, I have on this show official plays and bet on the Rockets to win the West and Rockets to win the championship. And so does our next guest joining us. Thank you so much for making the time. I know you're very busy today. And these games, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about them, King. First off, let me thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the show. Coming to us live from Las Vegas, Nevada, we got King Rail in the house. How you doing today, my man?
What's up, Jimmy? I'm doing well, man. Besides the fact that it's raining up here in Las Vegas, I'm cool. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I've got some, it's so fun. I'm having a rough month, but we got some big cashers sitting there waiting for me if the Rockets can roll, now I know just getting by the Warriors, if it's the Nuggets waiting for them, maybe we're in trouble, And if it's the Bucks after that, more trouble. But I got 100 on the Rockets at plus 333 to win the conference and 150 on them at plus 750 to win the championship. And so let's just talk about the elephant in the room, Kevin Durant, quickly. And I know we got other games to talk about. We need to talk, but how do we not talk about this? What is your expectation of Game 6 and Game 7 with no KD? I saw that the Rockets are 7-point favorites in Game 6. What's your expectation for Game 6 and Game 7 now with no KD?
No KD. When he went out, man, to me yesterday, I hopped on the money line in play. I thought the Rockets was going to pull it away. That was the opportunity right then and there to me to pull it away, get a game, go back home and close it out. Now they got to go home. They're -7. I know everybody's seeing that -7, and want to hop on it. I like the -7, Jimmy, but I'm more on the money line. This is a -330 money line. I say drop the juice on it and just ride the Raptors right there. As for KD, I mean, if they get past the Rockets, I mean, it's going to affect this next series, and that's what I want to talk about too, about KD factor when it comes to the Denver and Portland as well. But KD, you know what I mean, he's hurting. It's a calf injury. Everybody's want to compare KD to Kobe Bryant. Well, I thought he had an Achilles injury. I was going to say, damn, they're the same people, Jim.
So, Capper John says best bet is to take Rockets to win the series. You think the Warriors can take care of this without KD?
The way they played yesterday when they was moving that ball when he went out, and then there was a little slick-ass comment that I think it was that Curry said when he was giving a thing, somebody when he went out, Draymond Green was like, it's our time now, and everybody's pumped and ready to play together. So I don't know if they do have a kind of chemistry issues over there. We've seen some, and the way KD has just been controlling everything, but the rest of the guys haven't really been doing too much of nothing. So, I mean, without KD out there, it will be even without KD out there. I don't think they could beat the Rockets. I mean, I would put it like that. The shooting performance that Curry's been having, yeah, he turned it on the second half, but he hasn't been himself. And if it wasn't for Thompson yesterday getting hot early, I think the Warriors would have lost that game. I mean, they had a nice 20-some point lead, and they let the Rockets come back, and they took another lead, and the Rockets came back again. So that it's been no blowouts in this series whatsoever. But I think without KD, man, the Rockets have a fighting chance. They win this game in Houston, they could go back to Golden State and win that game.
See, I'm sitting here, and obviously, it's sort of hard to look at it from my perspective just because I get rewarded if the Rockets take care of business. But everybody chiming in saying, wow, Warriors will be fine. Watch how the Warriors step up. Oh, I want to take Warriors Game 6 money line. And I'm sitting here thinking, the Rockets will beat them 2 games in a row without Kevin Durant. Draymond Green will be Superman. Steph and Clay can light it up from outside. The Rockets will win Game 6 and 7. That's the way I see it, and I don't know why more people don't see it that way. I know that you think there's an advantage now for the Rockets, but I see it as the Rockets are going to win Game 6 and 7 now.
I have a theory, Jim. I have a theory that don't Draymond, doesn't he need one more technical foul to be suspended? I think he picked up that technical foul in Houston, and Houston tried to have Draymond suspended for Game 7. What's your take on that?
Well, that would be the greatest thing to ever happen to my wallet, if that is the case. I mean, we know that that's an issue with Draymond sitting there. Wait, he's got 4 right now, right?
Yeah, I think he needs one more and then suspension.
Wow, I'm just everybody coming in saying Ricardo Gutierrez, Warriors can win without KD. Rick Rodriguez, Warriors will still win the series. DJ Big Boss says take Golden State. I feel like this is a golden opportunity. All right, let's move on to these games today. I find them very, very complicated. Very complicated, and it's because another way of looking at it, this is so easy. Just take the Raptors and take the Nuggets, and I know a lot of people are doing that, but we know that the association just doesn't work this way. And I watched, when I first came down here last year, so like a year and a half ago, I watched Tomarino Tomora. Every time a team would lose by 30 points, he would back them the next game. And I don't think he lost doing that. I have the Raptors Game 1 and Series double. I think I'm just going to sit back with this. I find it very difficult. Can you shine a light on this Raptors-Sixers spot? As we know, Raptors opened, -1.5? Let me get the spreads and totals. -1.5. Now it's 2.5 at most books. 2 at BetOnline and Pinnacle. The total opened at 213.5, and now it's 212. You have a move on tonight's game?
Yeah, I took the Raptors here, Jimmy. I like your Raptors in this spot. I mean, I haven't seen anything from the 76ers that made me want to hop on the 76ers bandwagon right now. I mean, the fact that Philadelphia hasn't shown any offense. They only scored 100 points once in this series out there. So I don't see where I'm going to see a whole lot of offense from this team. Also, the Raptors just been playing some lockdown defense. Lockdown defense. One of the trends in this game, in this series, I mean, has been the under, and that's what I hopped on today. I'm on the under in this spot. Lowry stepped up too for you guys, man. The last couple of games, he's been big after that bozo ass performance he had. He put up 19 last game. He had 14, 7, and 6 game 4. We know Siakam is going to go out there and do what he has to do. And Kawhi Leonard just been unstoppable. 13 for 32 for threes, 49 rebounds, 62 from 105 from the field. I mean, if it wasn't for Jimmy Butler right now, that Philadelphia team would really, really be in trouble. We know Embiid is sick and he's doing his thing. And Harris and JJ, I mean, I watch these games, and Harris and JJ go out there and perform. He's the most consistent three-point shooter they have is JJ. And Harris, I mean, he's a spot-up shooter, but he's out there rebounding. He leads the team in rebounds. And I don't know where the offense come from. Simmons 160 games and he still hasn't found a jumper. I don't think he's gonna find a jumper tonight, Jimmy. So I have to rock with your Raptors here. And a question to you: if the Raptors didn't rest players this year, do you think the Raptors would have been the number 1 seed?
Yes, I do, but yes, I guess I do, but we did not look good when we brought Gasol in right away. We were still starting Ibaka, bringing Gasol in off the bench. I think that Nurse should have tried them both together on the court for longer than they did so that they wouldn't be so uncomfortable when we did that. First off, we got a couple things here. We got Ski Profit back in action. Have to say what up to our guy, Ski. So great to see him in the chat. How much love do we have for Ski Profit? What a treat it is. What a big smile on my face seeing Ski in the chat. Also, Matt Beck joining us. He's been gone for a long time. Says, being gone with a new baby, but I'm back. Rockets going to smash the Warriors without KD. Matt Beck, Ski Profit. Man, that puts a big smile on my face seeing you guys in the chat. Jesse Neiman saying Embiid looking frisky walking into Wells Fargo Arena. Demetrius Miller said, I think Embiid goes big tonight. West Nile virus and all just for Drake trolling him. We got Senpai Max here in the house too. Matt Beck says, love Toronto, but Philly finds a way tonight. Sometimes you overthink things, and I don't mean you, I just mean us as cappers, and maybe I'm doing that here. Having the Raptors, I basically have 2 chances at a unit and like $118, $122, which does not get my heart pumping. But I don't think I'm going to add anything here. I tell you what my fear is. My fear is that Pascal Siakam, who had a calf injury and now has a hamstring injury. And we know how when you're dealing with a calf injury, so often it's your hamstring that goes next. I'm worried about Siakam getting hurt. He's saying out loud, I've got both these injuries combined. I'm concerned Siakam drops. I think there's more drama left in this series. Tell me more about why you like the under here tonight.
As if it's going towards the under, like I said, Philadelphia hasn't been able to score points. They haven't scored over 100 points besides that game they had won. And that was that first game, I think, in Toronto when they won that game. Since then, I mean, the Raptors have been playing some lockdown defense on this team. And I can note that the supporting cast isn't helping, so I don't know where they're going to help from tonight. Yeah, B put up 11 one game. He put up 13 another game. We didn't expect that from him to be this sick. I saw a man, Gerald, in the chat say, Embiid could be fooling everybody with how sick he was. I thought the same shit about how he was fooling us, and I expected Embiid to have a bigger game last time, but he didn't. He put up 13 points in that game as well. And the other factor is Simmons on the floor for me, man. He's not doing anything for this team. So the way the Raptors play defense out there is way different. You don't have to worry about Simmons on the three-point line, so when he's out there, they can drop their defense down a little bit and guard the paint better. And the other shooters they have out there, like I said, the one consistent three-point shooter is J.J. Redick. And besides that, the other scorer is Butler. So it's easier for them to defend and be a little bit better because Ben Simmons, he's not going to give you free throws. He's not going to give you three-point shots. You just got to make sure he doesn't drive to the lane. And even doing that recently, he's been passing the ball out. His confidence is shot and thrown. So it's kind of like a 5-on-4 basketball out there, if you ask me, Jim. And the bench. What are they going to get from the bench? I mean, when I brought up Boban last time, you was exactly right about how they'll adjust and what they'll change. I mean, I'm not saying Philadelphia can't win this game. This is the NBA. I mean, it's the NBA. Anything is possible. Anything can happen in this shit. And Philadelphia's already won 2 games, so I'm not saying they cannot win games. But right now, with the way the Raptors are cooking defensively, That's why I like the under here. And also, I think the Raptors have to hurry up and get rid of this. You brought up the Siakam injury. I think they have to hurry up and finish this, man. They got the Bucks. They can't let the Bucks rest up over there and get prepared for them, man. They want to hurry up and finish this. They both get the same amount of rest and go in there. You don't want to rest the Bucks team against a banged up Raptors team.
You're absolutely right. We need to get this series done. Right now, it feels like I got 2 shots with the Raptors. They'll be much bigger favorites if they lose tonight than they are tonight. I'm getting -2. What's the money line? I mean, I have first game in series at -125. That's pretty much what I'd probably get -130 at my book. I think I'm just going to sit here and expect that to cash. My guy James says, meet Kevin Hart, Iverson sidelines tonight. Sixers going to give it their all. Whole city is out. I could not believe, and I just was like, man, and I know the word trap is used a little too much in our business, and is there such a thing? That's debatable. But when I saw the Embiid points, rebounds, assists at 35.5, so it was 36.5 when we hammered it last game. I don't know what he did altogether. He got 13 boards, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 8 turnovers. Those don't count. But now 35.5, and I was hesitant to take the under. I just feel like, God, are we being tricked here? What do you think of Embiid, 35.5 points, rebounds, assists?
It's how healthy he is. That's the whole thing. I mean, they're gonna shoot him up, man. We all know, man. When you trap something in the corner, it's gonna find its way out. So I feel like he feels trapped right now. But Embiid's one of them happy-go-lucky guys, so we don't really know if he cares if they advance or not. I mean, he's Embiid. He's the guy. He's gonna be the guy there and whatnot. So with him getting 35, Jimmy, I'm a little spooked because the last game I said he had 13 the game before that. He only had 11 points. He has to touch 20 points in order for that to go over. But I think they feed him a lot. I think he get to the foul line a lot. I mean, without no help from Simmons, you have to rely on Embiid. You have to rely on Butler. You have to rely on the rest of the supporting cast. But the main guy they're going to want to go to is Embiid. One of my bets, though, if I was to take Philly at anything, it'd probably be Philadelphia in the first quarter. When it comes to the prop bet with Embiid, Jim, I can understand why you're leaning towards the under with seeing how he performed recently. But me personally, I'm just away from the Embiid. I don't know what I'm going to get here, but I'd like the Butler prop over 22.5. He's been the most consistent thing for this 76ers team the whole series. So Embiid, you're kind of flipping a coin with his health there, Jim.
Yeah, and I just God, I'm so interested in what's going to happen, and I'm so excited. All right, let's move on to Nuggets Blazers. So I'm going to stick to what I have. I've Raptors game 1 and the double -125. I know it's boring, but I'm just going to stick with it right now and not do anything else on this basketball game. Let's move on to Nuggets Blazers. As we expected, money coming in on the Nuggets. So Portland opens at -175, 10-cent move towards the Nuggets, but from a spread perspective, opens at 4, now at 3.5. From a totals perspective, it opens at 215, and now just 214.5 or 214. Not a lot of movement. We know that Cantor is honoring Ramadan. I don't know if that will affect him, but certainly felt like it did last game. 9 points, 2 for 9 shooting, 8 boards. Lillard, 7 for 32 on threes since game 1. And then McCollum went 5 for 16 in game 5 for 12 points. This is your squad. You know these guys inside and out. What happens? This is another game where I don't want to look at it from too simple a place and just jump on the Nuggets. You think Blazers step up and show their heart?
Man, that Ramadan thing, that's when you fast, right, Jimmy? You don't eat. I mean, I'm not big on the fasting. I have family that's heavy religion and stuff, and they fast. But I know me, man. If I don't eat no breakfast or lunch, by the time dinner comes, my skinny ass is like a zombie. I'm ready to eat whatever. So I don't know how you could be hungry up there on the court. And that to me, that messes you up. That's fatigue. When you're hungry and you're fatigued. You can't even work a regular job starving. You feel like passing out. I don't know how he goes about doing that, but he's probably used to it. I mean, his body is trained for it. Me personally, Jim, people might hate me for saying this in Portland and stuff, but I don't know if the Blazers win this game tonight. And I'm really saying I don't know if they win. I'm on the over because the over has been a thing in the series. I know how we play at home. We put a basket, so the over for me was an auto bet. The Millsap prop for me was an auto bet, and why the Millsap prop for me is an auto bet is because Denver has went back to doing exactly what they're supposed to do in this series. After they won that first game, they went away from it and they lost to. They got right back to going into Millsap and Jokic. And the one thing about this series that I was telling all my friends and I was telling people about, it was the Millsap factor. Same like I said, the Al Horford factor would be in Boston. He showed up at first and disappeared. But Millsap has been there. He's smart. He's a veteran. He knows where to be. And the Blazers can't stop Millsap. They got their hands full with Jokic, and Cantor's doing that. Millsap is just is a better Cantor for Denver right now. And they still have a big man. We don't have that. It'd be nice to have Cantor out there and our big man. Then we can see these two guys back and forth go against each other, this duo. But with Millsap out there and the Jokers, you got to pick your poison. And they're going inside again and pushing the ball out. That's allowing Murray to get shots. And the rest of the guys, you see how Murray cooked last game with his confidence got going. Millsap is doing it, man. 24-8 game 5, 21-10 game 4. Millsap prop is an auto bet in the over. And I strongly lean. I lean Portland first quarter, but I think Denver can pull it away, man. They 5-0 ATS last 5, the 8-2 ATS versus Portland. I mean, they've been covering these games. Even though the Blazers have been winning, they've been covering these games, except for that one low-scoring game they had. But it was low-scoring. They didn't cover, and the total the over didn't cash. But the over's been cashing. And Millsap, man, and Jokic, they can't be stopped by Portland, I don't think.
I agree, but I didn't think 215 was a very high starting point, and it's being bet down. I want to ask you about that, but first, let me give a couple shouts out. First off, Al Mack. Happy birthday, man. Al Mack, original low bagger, celebrating his 31st birthday. You think he's talking about his birthday? No. He's giving us stats. He's giving us breakdowns in the chat. Happy birthday, Al Mack. And shout out to Angel Romero. Already cashed in the soccer today. America money line plus 105, 7 p.m. That's a Mexican League playoffs right there. Everybody is saying over. So everybody is saying over. And if that's the case, why has this total dropped?
I've been on the over in every game this series, except for that one. And then when I lost that one, that's the one that Jay Money had the under on. It's just the way we run at home. Like I've been telling people that all year about Portland, man, we're going to put up 100 points. That's what we try to do at home. We put up 100 points. We haven't been able to stop Denver defensively either. They're killing us on the offensive rebounds. I mean, Denver is smacking the shit out of Portland on the offensive rebounds. And that's a big stat out there. Offensive rebounds. You give these guys second chance baskets. I mean, they grab one, miss it, set back up and get a better shot and knock it down. They also knocking down their threes too. I think we both hit about 54, 56 3-point shots. We haven't really had a way to stop them defensively at whatsoever, except for that one game we did. And the Blazers aren't able to do that again. I mean, Cantor now is wearing down, and I know Denver's not as good on the road. But at the same time, people have to understand this is the playoffs. Once you start seeing people more than once, it's not like they're playing a different team every night. They're playing the same team. They use the same tendencies. They're kind of going to see the same schemes. They know what to expect when they see that scheme a little bit. I don't know how many schemes Blazers could have to stop Millsap, to stop Jokic, and then at the same time contain the guards out there for Denver. So I like the over here. The Blazers, I just see they have to put up points. They have to put up points to win this game. That's how they won the game in overtime. It is outscored Denver. So Blazers win. They have to just keep putting up baskets.
This total has dropped 1.5 at most books since around 2 o'clock today. Pinnacle had it all the way up to 216. They were leading the charge there. Eric Nisbet says Denver Bigs are schooling them. Man, this is a very tough spot. Isaac Higgins back in your Millsap prop. At this point, I'm not going to jump on the over. Russell Gordon says Portland must run to win, so over is the play. Do you think that this total, do you feel like there could be a tale of two halves? Do you like the first half over better than the second, or do you like just the whole game?
I took the first half over personally myself. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I took it at the 108 is what it was sitting at when I grabbed it this morning. I took the first half and the full game. I also leaned to Portland first quarter, just like I'm leaning to the 76ers first quarter as well in they spots. Both home teams, I think, have to get out and establish the tempo early and fast. And I think Portland's going to try to establish that tempo. And Denver kind of settles in a little bit more in the second half on Portland and able to play a little bit better defensively and get used to Portland's tempo. Denver is fighting right now to just go to the championship. The one thing they're looking at over here is looking at KD's gone. That's in their eyes. And even if they don't get KD, they're having a dogfight over here. They want to try to put Portland down. They want to score points, but they want to win and do a defensive side. Defensively, I think Denver has to, but they're going to be forced to shoot baskets. They have a backcourt of Curry and Clay over there still waiting for him in case they move on to the next round. Or they have Harden and Paul and these guys over there waiting for him. So they have to do it the same way the Raptors tonight have to come out and try to put it into it. The Blazers, I don't see if the Denver goes big. I don't see how Portland stops them. They're going to keep two balling them up there. Portland's going to be forced to shoot threes and play a catch-up kind of game. Or if Portland's in the lead, Denver's still going to go inside, get those fouls. I like the over, Jimmy. I like the first half over and the second half full game over. But I like full game over more so than I like the first half, even though I am on the first half 108.
Wow, spectacular capping. Thank you so much for joining us, man. This is tough. We have Red Girl coming in leading Denver full game and under full game. We also have our guy Russell Gordy loving the over. Man, tough. Adiz coming in liking the Raptors tonight. I guess I'm just going to take a little more time on this. I'm not going to make a move right now. Not going to make a move on this game at this point. I find after these two blowouts, I just find it extremely tricky. And let me ask you this quickly. Okay, one thing here. Let me grab, of the 2 point guards, who do you expect, Portland, by the way, who do you expect to step up?
CJ's been showing us that he's been stepping up. I expect CJ. I think his is around 22, if I'm not mistaken. It's prop. As for Dame is gonna have to really pass the ball, man. Dame can't let that ball stick. And then Dame, I know I'm not saying he's a selfish player, but he's not a facilitator like the rest of the guys out there are. He has to get his other guys involved, and he gets his other guys involved. I think CJ had put up some decent numbers tonight because he'll be probably the main guy Dame kicking it to on the wing guard and cut.
Yeah, 21.5 of my book is McCollum, 28.5 for Dame. Great stuff. King, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're real busy today. Let me know a little bit about where we can find you on Twitter and what's up, what's popping on your show tonight.
Shit, man. So breaking down these games with my man J Money and Max, man, in about an hour. I'm about to go run and pick up the kid from school real fast and get back to be ready for the show. But thank you for having me on, Jimmy. Always a pleasure, man. Anytime you need me, I'm here. And let my man Freddie Fortune know, man. As soon as them shrooms go legal in Denver, man, vacation time, Freddie. So hit me up, man. We gotta make a trip out to Denver, man. Shrooms, tree, me and you. Yeah, let's go kick it.
I like it, man. I love mushrooms, but been a long time since I've had them. But a treat. And you do know that Freddie is coming on the show soon. He's not happy. He's not been happy today at all. Glaring at Larry all day. Shout out to our guest, King Rail, in the house. All I'm on right now is that bet I made in Game 1. Raptors win Game 1 and the series at minus 125. Just sitting on that. Big Guy Bubba says you're asking for a 25-point swing in both games from last game. Home court isn't worth anywhere near enough to help that. These teams know each other now. Closeouts. That's what Yo-Yo Street's saying. That's a simple way. I get it. I get it. I've been burnt in that sort of a situation where I feel like it's going to be so simple, and I've just been burnt. Underdog says, me too, Jimmy. Awesome King. Rogue will become our new Leche. Rogue. Okay, so let's quickly talk NHL and what to do with this Game 1. Now, I still have not bet the Bruins to win the Cup. I played it here. I've been stuck about what to do with my San Jose Shark futures and how to handle it. And I guess it came down to me thinking that the Bruins to win the Cup is plus 190. How big of a favorite do you think they could be against the Sharks? They can't really be more than minus 130, could they? I mean, it depends how they dispatch the Hurricanes. But at that point, the difference between me putting, $200 on plus 190 and maybe the Hurricanes take them out. I mean, there is that risk. Hurricanes are rolling right now. I just think that from a hedging perspective, it just doesn't really make sense to me at this point. Marshall Hoffman liking Bruins and the under. The only thing that's appealing, I netted doubles to deep right center. Rocky's back up too. Sorry, I got to keep my lungs together. I just feel like the only value move with the total is taking the over. I saw our guy Parlay Poppy buy down to 5. Not enough for me. Don Corleone saying, I told you, Jimmy, Miami solo under. That was a great call. Rourke throwing a gem. My total of the over in the White Sox Cleveland game is voided. Angels were an easy play today that, of course, I did not make. So the only action I have going right now is the Rockies spot. We're going to talk baseball in a second. Cuban Connect says Jimmy Bruins over first period. That's a very interesting look. PRC Publicist says Hurricanes are good and determined. Take them to win the EC. That's exactly the point why it just doesn't make sense from a hedging perspective for me to take. Now, I made it a play on the show this morning, but I decided not to bet it. Matt Beck says agree on over. Boston wins 4-2. That's where the money is on the over. Al Mack saying NHL underdogs are 38 and 32 plus 14.88 units so far in the playoffs. I'm on the Canes tonight. Wow. Wow, Al. My God. Russell Gordy says, man, Canes win tonight. So I guess Eddie Obasowan says take the Bruins. City of Boston needs to win after the Celtics choke. 11-8. There we go, Brandon. There we go. I was a little worried about that Giants bullpen, but no need. No need to be worried. So, okay, I know everybody, and we've seen this before, a team get hot and roll. Sebastian Aho, Teuvo Teravainen are playing spectacularly well. But to me, it comes down to special teams, and that's why I think the Bruins win this series. They're 10 for 35 on the power play. We talked about this on the morning show, 28.65%. They've killed 31 of 37 penalties. And then you look at what the Hurricanes have done, it's not nearly as good. We've also seen teams off this big break after sweeps come back and look rusty. Ricardo Gutierrez on the 76ers +2. Well, that's going to be nice to cash that. Rockies, I'm starting to turn things around a little bit in baseball, but I don't want to say that out loud because it'll fall apart. So, at this point, Atlas Party says Bruins book it. Again, the two spots that I don't want to take, just because from a value perspective, the only way you take the Bruins to me is you got to take them in regulation or take them -1.5. I'm not going to do those, but that would be the only way I would do that. And the only total I would take is the over because I don't want these minus lines. So, Game 1, Carolina-Boston. I expect Boston to win this series. But Carolina's rolling. PRC Pub says, Jimmy, you were so high on Sharks when they traded for Carlson. What changed for you? The team is rolling, bro. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. I'm just starting to overthink it because I'm having a bad month and I do need this cash to come rolling in. So I guess I'm more scared. Also, did you see what happened in the market today? Money just kept coming in on the Blues. Coming in. Could have got the Blues at +130. Then all of a sudden the Blues are +110. Then all of a sudden the Blues are +105. So, Ricardo Gutierrez says Sharks versus Bruins in the ship. God, I would love that. See, PRC Publicist, Sharks versus Hurricanes. Listen, I told everybody to get on their Sharks futures over and over and over again on this show. And I also told everyone to bet maximum security. And that blew up, sadly, in my face. I want us all to cash badly. Kate Pasquis says if Jones keeps playing so well, the Sharks should take the cup. So, I'm not going to bet after talking it out and knowing that the Hurricanes are a concern here. I'm not going to bet the Bruins to win the cup at +190. And I do have a lot more time to figure out what I'm going to do in San Jose, St. Louis, because they don't play tomorrow. They don't play till Saturday night, hockey night in Canada. So that's what's up. Hurricanes, Bruins. I made the play on Bruins to win the cup at +190. I'll probably, just because we're talking about units here, and I get +550 if the Sharks win the West, and I get 10-1 and 15-1 if the Sharks win the cup. I'm going to probably take the Blues for a unit. At least I'm going to do something with the Blues. But I'm going to take a little bit more time to study it. I'm sorry, Von Polo. That was my fault. I shouldn't have brought it up. I just want us to cash real badly, and it's affecting me. All right, let's move on to these late baseball games. We got Big Boss joining us in 10 minutes. Ricardo Gutierrez says Pavelski being back is huge for the Sharks. It is enormous. Little Joe proved his worth immediately and all night long. Matt Beck says Blues are going to get pounded like a Kardashian in All-Star Weekend. Book it. Nice to have Matt Beck back, man. And congratulations on the baby, my friend. All right, so Angels. Oh, I can erase the L for lean. God, a joke. Terrible. White Sox Indians over 9 -105. Voided. Great. That's great. God, I wanted the game to start again so badly. Get to those bullpens. Cuban Connect, though, saying Bruins first period over, 1.5. Raps, Sixers first half over. Blazers, Nuggets over. Scared, money don't make, money parlay it. Yeah. PRC Public saying Blues, Sharks expect low-scoring games. There's Dave LA, our guy Dave LA on Nationals money line. Let's start breaking these games down right now. So we got this Rockies -1 hanging in the balance. That's going to be nice. Peter Bonilla says, hey, fellas, did we go over NBA yet? Yeah, King Rail just left. We just went over it. Man, there's the L beside the Reds. Go with it. And let's talk Mariners-Yankees. This game pops off in 30 minutes, I believe. Is that true? This game pops off in 30 minutes. It is true. Let's break it down. And let's keep an eye. Remember that our guy Dave LA on Nationals money line. We're going to break that game down. So, Mariners-Yankees. This was an interesting spot. Very interesting spot. This was a game that Babano was on the over. Let's get the lineups here right now quickly. There we go. Lineups, daily lineups. And here we go. Yankees, Mariners. So this total also was strange, right? He gets it at 9. It goes up to 9.5. Babano tells us not to be concerned by 9.5. I told him that I was concerned with the cold weather. You know, it was 55 I had here at RotoWire. They had 56. I had, from my morning breakdown, I have the wind at 9 miles per hour. They say it's 10 miles per hour here. Not applicable says Seattle upset. This total's now back down to 9. So U-shaped movement, 9 to 9.5, back to 9. Mariners lineup, Gordon, Haniger, Encarnacion, Santana, Healy, Beckham, Vogelbach, Murphy, Bishop. So you got Murphy behind the plate and Bishop at center field. They're going to have a lot more speed in this lineup other than, of course, Encarnacion and Vogelbach. For the Yankees, LeMahieu, Sanchez, Gardner, Frazier, Torres, Andujar, Tauchman, Maben, Estrada. Nupflashan says, did you take the run line with me on Giants? I did not. I took the Rockies. -1.5. I forget. I know you were talking about the over, Nupflush. I was rattled this morning, man. I've been a little rattled all day. Walla Walla Doe says, fading my Yanks again today. Mariners +0.5. Interesting. And Lamont, we had Lamont's big play of the day here, right? Lamont was New York Yankees first 5 under. Interesting. My man W.O.B. says, Jimmy, I took your over on Cleveland game. What the fuck? It's just voided. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to catch it. Yeah, Rockies run line. Yes, I did, Nupflush. Yes, I did. I couldn't fully remember, but yes, I did. And we should be glorious here. But your offense is awoken, man. I'm looking forward to breaking down these Giants games with you. You've done a great, great job. Cuban Connect says Mariners Road Warriors. We know that the Mariners can get to lefties. Let's take a look at their numbers against lefties here quickly. 258, 07 OPS versus lefties, but Yankees been getting the righties. 258, 797 OPS. Do we trust Mike Leake in cold weather? Flipper13 says, Jimmy, Ukrainian moms, hockey moms, are super hot. Almost all Ukrainian women are super hot. Sharp Money says, I'm back. What's good? Thank you for joining us. James on Yanks, Mariners over. Same with Gate Pasquis. Yanks over 9.5 should go over comfortably. It's cold, though. But Babano's on that with you guys. Aaron Bisser says they average 7 runs on the road. They hit outside of Safeco. They do. Drew Daddy saying everyone on the over, be careful. Not applicable says a lot of hot women in the Ukraine. A lot of hot women down in Costa Rica. None are in my apartment. All right. I'm hesitant to make I'm not going to take the over. To me, this is an under or pass. And I'm leaning towards passing. David Ellis says, don't take the over Mariners versus Yankees. I was never going to. I had concerns about the cold weather. And I should have realized it's unusually warm in Cleveland, or at least in comparison to what the rest of the weather's like. Like it drops 10 degrees Celsius. I know we're a Fahrenheit team group, but it gets way colder overnight in Cleveland. And we know that Carrasco just loves the hot weather. Red Girl in the Seattle team total over. Flipper13 says Mother's Day is upon us, and I'm paying tribute this week on the Low Bagger Show. I love it, Flipper13. You want to come on? Can you come on live and talk about hot moms? WOB says I'm taking the under. Fuck it. I get it. Let's talk about Pirates, Cardinals, and we got to speed it up. We are going to be joined shortly by Big Boss. See what he's on. I jumped on the over. There's not been a lot of movement. It did open at 8. So, but it was at 8.5 in the morning. I got it at over 8.5 at -102. You can't get that anymore. But you still can get -105 at Bovada and 5 dimes. Basically, the way I see it here is Musgrove could have a bounce back spot, but we know that this Pirates bullpen is in disarray, and Keon Kayla has just been moved to the IL. So Cardinals are in a slump. They just got outscored 16-1 in 2 games. They could bounce back here, but Musgrove could bounce back too. Waka is susceptible. So Waka susceptible early. Pirates bullpen susceptible late. Lucky lefty on Pittsburgh moneyline first 5. I like that look. I like that look. Matt Beck says over St. Louis, Pittsburgh. I'm with that. Let's see if we had a change of weather. I had 11 miles per hour sideways, and we're still getting that left to right, 11 miles per hour. Here are the Lions: Frazier, Marte, Polanco, Bell, Cabrera, Cervelli, Moran, Tucker. For the Cardinals, Carpenter, Goldschmidt, DeYoung, Ozuna, Martinez, Molina, Fowler, Wong. So I'm on the over 8.5. Drew Daddy says, why do we not take the Cards? I just don't trust Waka under any circumstances. Almost as many walks as Ks. 1.63 whip. And then Red Girl on the under in the St. Louis game, so I don't like seeing that. I'm on the over. I can understand why someone would take Pittsburgh first 5, but do the Cardinals bounce back? Flipper13 says, Jimmy, I would love to here at my job, but the moms are sadly not very hot, and I could get fired as a result. I understand. Dave LA says, I lean first 5 Pirates team total over. I mean, if that's the lean, I guess the Pirates first 5 would make sense. See what we get. First 5 money line on the Pirates, fading Waka and the cold Cardinal bats. Getting a nice juicy plus 125. Plus 125. I find that appealing. Dave Jr. Smart says Dodgers money line looks like the best pick of the day. We know that Big Boss is going to be talking about that game. I'm going to leave a first 5 lean here beside the Pirates. All right. So let's keep rolling along. We got Rangers, Astros, Minor, Miley. This is a game that I found really confounding. Minor has been pitching exceptionally well, and these are dangerous Astros bats. These Rangers bats fall asleep against lefties, 227-20 OPS. Is Minor going to get touched? Oh, there's Born in 94, said laid the dog's balls out on the first 5 Pirates. Oh, there's Flipper13. We once had a Gilf, but she moved to the Ukraine. Usually the Gilfs want to move to America, but you know what? When you're a Gilf, do what you please. Do what you please. Nice having Flip in the chat. What a great guy. It's a tricky spot, this Rangers-Astros game. Let's get full game spreads, totals here at sportsbookreview.com. Here we go. Houston, Texas. It's been a 9 all day. Very little movement. But Houston opened at -147. Now they're -163. 16-cent move. CT Bays took the Pirates first 5. All right, then we have Braves, Diamondbacks. Let's discuss this Braves-Diamondbacks spot. 2 very, very strong young pitchers. On-point wagers took Pirates first 5 as well. Born in 94, really tons of Gilfs on Skid Row. Loa. They don't last a long time on Skid Row. That's why I would think it would skew younger. But I feel you. Born in 94. I think I jump on the Pirates first 5 with you. If we think Musgrove bounces back, or is there something wrong with Musgrove? Or is it just, as Babano said, these guys are allowed to have one bad start. Maybe that's all he had. Dave LA says Astros way better bullpen. Either Astros second half or money line. That makes a ton of sense. Shout out to Lance LaRose. NC's on Pirates first half full game. Looks like the Pirates bats woke up. Braves, Diamondbacks, Soroka, Weaver. CT Bates says Houston, Texas, Arizona, Atlanta both go under. Day Junior Smiles says under, Jimmy. Let's see, 89 Fahrenheit, overcast, 10 miles per hour out to right. And this total, Arizona, Atlanta, open at 8.5, still at 8.5. I guess that's an interesting look. Wonder what Dave LA thinks about the under. There was talk about the under, and I believe Babano was on the under from the early show. I like Soroka. I like everything about it. 21-year-old stud, man. 6'5", out of Calgary, Alberta. And Luke Weaver, we've been waiting for him to pitch well. I had him in the baseball pool last year and I had to drop him. Ron Lofton says, taint play for me. And I know that Ron Lofton isn't inviting us over to his couch. I know that Ron Lofton is believing in the taint play of the day. And the taint play of the day, I thought I copied and pasted it. And I do not have the taint play of the day. Can anybody else grab the taint play of the day? I forget what it was all of a sudden. I can't believe I didn't copy and paste it. Yeah, roof is closed in Houston. Oh, we thought, no, that's Arizona. Oh, that is it. The Arizona roof is going to be open. Arizona. Can somebody remember what the taint play of the day for me is? Or get closer to Ron? Okay, we have Nationals Dodgers. We already know that Dave LA liking the Nationals here. We have Braves Diamondbacks that we need to talk about more. Roof is going to be open in Arizona, closed in Houston. Let's bring in our guy, DJ Big Boss, in the house. Thank you so much for joining us live from Los Angeles, California. DJ Big Boss on a Thursday afternoon. How you doing today, my guy?
I'm feeling real tout again, Jimmy. It's Tout Thursdays. We live and direct, Long Beach, California. But it's only one game for me on the West Coast left today. That's Dodgers and Nationals. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into this. But, I'm already having a bad day. I had the under in the Angels game earlier. I couldn't believe Angels took off like that, but, it happens. Right now, I'm with you, Jimmy. I'm on the Rockies right now, money line, hoping they pull that one off right now. But let's dive into this Dodgers and National game right here. Shout out to Dave L.A. I like that Washington pick right there, but let's dive into it. So game ones, I usually just look at the total in these. I don't like to choose a side in game one. Getting on top of the total in a series on game one can help you throughout the series. So first of all, let's talk totals right here. So Nationals 20-15 to the over. Dodgers 21-17 to the over. Nationals are 4-2 to the over versus lefties. Dodgers are 10-4 to the over versus lefties. Nationals are 10-8 to the over on the road. And Dodgers are 11-7 to the over at home. How many times do I got to say over, Jimmy? But wait, I'm not finished yet. Usually in college football, I believe that 2 positive equals a negative. So I had to go dig deeper on this one. So let's take a look at the line right here, Jimmy. I'm going to learn you right now. So the line opened at 7.5 minus 120 to the over, right? So then later on, line drops down to 7. But at Bovada will stick it to you. They'll give you 7 at minus 125 for the over. While Pinnacle and 5 Dimes will give you the same over on the 7 at 115. So always do your homework at sbrodds.com and check it out. On this one, I'm going to give this one, this is my special super duper play. It's my Auntie Gail and my uncle's birthday. They twins. My uncle is rest in peace. So I'm going to call this one my ride, proper, sweet play of the day. And I like the over in the Dodgers game, minus 115 at Heritage. So let's take a look at the side too, Jimmy. I'm going to take a good look at the side on this side. Y'all ready for the side? So let's look at the pitching matchup right here. You got Hill versus Corbin. Okay, Corbin is good to give up a minimum of 5 hits on this one. And on a good day, Corbin has gone 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 9 strikeouts. But on a bad day, Corbin has went 5 innings, 6 hits, 6 run, and 5 strikeouts. Now, I heard what Bobano was talking about earlier with Hill, saying that he's older and all this. But let's take a look at Hill. I'm an older guy myself. Don't cut us out the race. We still in here. So Hill he had 2 outings in 2019. Both of his outings was for win. And last out was on the 4th of May. He went 4 innings. He got hit 7 times, gave up 3 runs. His first out was on the 28th of April. He went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits and 5 runs. So he definitely can be hit. So in this game, on the side of things, I find a lot of volatility in this one. Even though we got some nice pitchers right here, either one of them can be touched. So I really couldn't pick a side right here. So I'm torn between these two, Viagra or Cialis. I could take the Dodgers run line plus 150, or I could hop on the Nationals money line plus 136. What you think about that, Jimmy? Help me out with this one.
Well, I would take a little nibble of the Cialis because you take a whole pill. It really, really, I mean, we're talking the angriest dick you ever had in your life. Veins popping out everywhere, screaming, yelling at people on the street. But from a side perspective, I'm starting to lean towards your over. I think that Rich Hill, he's allowed 4 home runs in 10 innings this year. And this Nationals team, banged up, still hits lefties hard. I think that your 7 is nice. I do feel like Corbin sort of has the Dodgers number. He's always pitched well against them. But he's been bad of late. 9 earned runs in his last 2 outings. The more I look at this, the more I want to focus on the play that is the most appealing here. And I'm gonna tail your under, even though we're going against the market here. I mean, the Nats have scored 7 combined runs over their past 4 games. They have not confirmed their lineup. Let me see if they have, actually. Let me just refresh this, see if they've confirmed their lineup. They have not, but the Dodgers have. Hernandez, Turner, Bellinger, Freese, Muncy, Seager, Taylor, Martin. I like your over 7. I think that's in business, and I am going to jump on. From a side perspective, Dave LA's on the Nats, and Corbin. Do you trust Corbin? Is Corbin's first 5 starts, what do you have? You have like a 2.48 ERA. Last 2 starts, he's 9 earned runs. To me, the safest play is full game over. And that's where I'm going to let you lead me, DJ Big Boss. So I'm going to line shop right now on the over. What official plays are you going to make on this game?
So for 10K, I'm waking up every morning. I'm getting $1,000 checks in the mail. People are tipping me $5K at a time. So my ride, proper, sweet play of the day, 50K is that over in that Dodgers game. And that's against line movement right there, Jimmy. But, I think they're trying to catch you slipping here. I always go to the SBR odds and watch the line movement, and I take a particular look at Bovada. Bovada will do different moves. They always stay a half a point ahead or half a point behind, and sometimes they even. And when they even, that lets you know that, it's even. But in this particular one right here, when I seen Bovada was still giving the over at minus 125, even though it dropped down to 7, man, that was just a key one right there. And shouts out to my people. And that's my play of the day, Jimmy.
Man, I love it. I'm rolling with your late, great uncle. I'm on the over 7 with you guys. We ride together tonight, Big Boss. What a treat it is to have you on the show. You have any leans, or are you just sticking with your California teams?
I'm so stuck in my California teams, Jimmy. Sometimes, I outside of those games, I don't even know what's going on. But I do like leaning Pitt with the under. I like the under every time on Pitt, man. There's a lot of trends out there to start watching. This is a real trendy sport right here. And, you just got to stay on top of those little trends. I definitely look in the chat, and whenever Twatty's on here, Dave LA, I always take a look into some of those bets. Sometimes I lay them, sometimes I don't. But I can't handle too many things at one time, man. So I just stick to my teams right here on the West Coast. And I'm doing pretty good right now. So I'm staying right there, Jimmy.
I love it. I absolutely love that you're our California teams expert. We got Nut Flush Allen focusing on the San Francisco Giants. I absolutely love it. I think it's great. We watched Twatty focuses on the whole MLB, but he really pays attention to the teams around Pittsburgh. And he had, with Cincy, those team total overs nonstop for that month and a half. They were hot. Made about 7 or 8K off that. I love it. Okay, and Don Corleone jumping on the all over that Atlanta under. That scares me, but I'm going to take this over 7, rolling with the boys. Big Boss, where can we find you on Twitter? And tell us a little more about your contest you run each week.
And you can find me on Twitter at DJ Big Boss. That's with 2 G's and 2 S's. And you can catch me on YouTube. Make sure you go to YouTube to Who Bangin' Sports Talk. Just go ahead, put that in the search engine. You'll get me Who Bangin' Sports Talk. You'll see me all over there. Hit the notification and subscribe. And whenever I'm on, you'll get all the latest information on the contest. You can also get that on my Twitter, man. We having fun out here. Appreciate all my low baggers that's involved with me on that one, man.
I love it. There's our guy, DJ Big Boss, straight out of Long Beach in the house. And it's the over 7 is the play. Man, what a treat it is. And love it, man, love it. Check them out on Who Bangin' Sports. We love it with our boy Trotwam. They crush it over there. Thank you for joining us, DJ Big Boss. So that's a play I've added. I've added the over 7 minus 115. Top set says LA Dodger team total over 3 looks better. I get that. That you trust the Dodgers offensive lineup, but I trust Corbin a little more than Rich Hill, which makes the 7 a nice spot. All right, Mr. Fat Fish talking about tomorrow's UFC 237 breakdowns. And Luchase Fox saying Embiid is a gimp. And a lot of guys talking about this under Atlanta, Arizona. And I can't take it with the roof open. I just can't take it with the roof open. Weaver, I know that Soroka hasn't allowed a home run this year, but Weaver at times was terrible last year. And I know he's got a new team and a new energy, feeling good about himself. 3-1, 3.29 ERA, 1.12 whip, 38 in the third, 44 Ks, 8 walks, 4 homers. But I just don't trust the pitching here. And it's a low total. Let's take a quick look at that total you guys are all on. It's not that, if I had to take a side, or the total, sorry, I would probably take the under with you guys, but I'm going to leave that alone. So, backing it up one more time. Shout out to Luca in the house. Zach Kenkel on the under 5.5. He's been hammering it. Hitting. Love seeing Zach Kenkel back in here. Let's go one more time over the action I'm on. I did take Bruins to win the Cup at plus 190, but have decided not to bet it. They've decided not to bet it. It's just as a hedge. If I put $200 on that, I'd rather focus on that series, which is the St. Louis-San Jose series. And the only way for me to get proper value on a hedge is for San Jose to win the first game. So that's going to mean a lot to me. Saturday night, that San Jose takes care of business in game 1. It's going to mean enormous amount to me. So I have the Raptors double, game 1 in the series. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm concerned after the blowout. Nuggets, Blazers, a lot of talk, a lot of chatter on the over. I may make a move, but I haven't made a move on it yet. Market going away from you guys. Market going down. It got all the way up to 216 on Pinnacles, now 214 there. And then in baseball, it looks like the Rockies are going to get us off to a winning start. So then the only games I'll have left, because I didn't pull a trigger on those 2 leans, damn. So we know Babano's on the over, Mariners, Yankees. I'm staying off of that. But the only games I got left are Cardinals, Pirates, over 8.5. And I'm not going to take the first 5 lean that I have on the Pirates. I'm not going to. So I have Pirates, Cardinals over 8.5 minus 102. 5 times that was bet earlier today. And on the Rangers, Astros, I think that it's sort of an in-play game. You got to get through Mike Minor and then take the Astros. But see how deep Mike Minor can get in this game. He's pitching extraordinarily well. 48 Ks, 48 2/3. Daryl Lyle saying it might rain out here in the Bronx. It's not nice weather out there. So the only addition I'm making on today's small card is Nationals Dodgers over 7 at minus 115. Underdog says take the under 32 for Embiid. I'm not sure what you mean under 32, right? Because his rebound, for just rebounds, points, rebounds. You must mean points and rebounds under 32. Because it's 36.5, or excuse me, 35.5 for points, rebounds, and assists. And I came very close to taking it, but decided not to. Well, that's that. So before we put a bow on this and start watching some playoff hockey and playoff basketball and start getting all riled up, it's time to bring out none other. Guy's been very disgruntled around the office. Freddie Fortune. Freddie, welcome. What's happening?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. You seemed a little upset today.
I am upset. There's something going on at the office.
What is that?
I don't like this. Just a sec.
Sure. All right. Pulling out. Okay. Okay. Wow. All right. You know, whatever you'd like, Fred.
It's just about me.
Okay. Sure.
Hey everyone. This is my walkie-talkie.
Yeah, you do incredible work.
I'm not happy
I've seen that all day.
with what's going on SBR.
Why?
First of all, that idiot Larry calling himself a superstar. He's not a superstar. You know what he's doing with his movie?
What is he doing?
He's recording it with his phone at the back of SBR. There's a creek over there, but it's rainy season here.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what's coming.
You think that creek's gonna become heavier and wash out?
Yes. He's going to die. So I'm super happy.
Rafa, do you mind putting up the little trilogy there? You're talking about this guy here. You're talking about him?
Wow, what the fuck is that, man?
Okay. So he's not.
You know those are not real, right?
those tits?
No, those things, those
What?
images.
Well, let's stay focused, Freddie. Let's stay focused. I know you did. So he gave us a play in handball.
Yeah, Rafa, you can get off of the screen. Thank you. Handle. Yeah, I know. He's trying to be me. You know that my family has a long heritage of handball players, women handball players. My mom.
I don't know if heritage is the right.
I don't care.
Okay.
This is just sponsorship.
All right.
Okay. This is a play that my mom gave me.
Oh.
Yes.
And she was a handball star.
Yes. The best in Costa Rica.
I've heard that actually. I've heard that.
European Champions League playoffs. Women handball. This is Mets over Rostov Don at plus 110.
You've had great success.
Guess my book.
Great success capping.
Guess my book.
Should guess your book.
Unibet.
Oh, well, you didn't. Okay. Well, there it is. There it is. There's our guy, Freddie Fortune, capping women's handball and disrespecting lucrative Larry, which I get.
Have you seen him?
I have, yeah.
Want me to bring him in?
No, thank
So you can take a look at his hair today? And his stupid Captain
Some
American
nice things
shirt.
being said about you. Some nice things
Who's
said.
saying what?
Some nice things.
Really?
Yeah, Ricardo Gutierrez says Freddie got that Tyrone Bigham's itch going.
What does that mean? I don't speak English.
No, you don't. Ron Lofton says a mom's play. Oh boy. Yeah.
Rafa, you can close the show whenever you want.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. That's Rafa's act. Sorry, that Rafa's action. Rafa is in the booth. That's Freddie Fortune, old forehead. You guys got a lot of nicknames for him. Foreskin, Fuckstain.
No one says that.
No, they do.
No.
And he's right here with the women's handball play. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's get that cash. Let's get that paper. Leche. Halos bookmakers!